There is a popular saying that the government does not sleep, even at night. And this is very true because any government on earth always has it figured out how it would silence dissenting opinions, at least through methods that are effective and yet harder to prosecute in a court of law. Secret WhatsApp conversations that exposes what President William Ruto is using to silence opposition voices have finally been exposed, and I'll show you the screenshots just as I have received them. There has been a secret WhatsApp group dubbed Team Content, and this is a group comprising of the bloggers and content creators working in favor of the UDA government. The job of these bloggers and content creators is to launch counter-assault and combat vocal and loud opposition factions, such as the Catholic bishops who recently released a statement that characterized President William Ruto as a seasoned liar. Number one, from the leaked chats, we discover that President William Ruto's most resourceful tool is what we refer to as propaganda, which is essentially a form of non-factual communication that is used to influence an audience, and that is to say the Kenyan people in this case, to further a specific political agenda. Deputy government spokesperson Mwanaisha Chidzuga is in the group where the chats have been leaked, and she confirms certain shocking methods that the government is using to defend itself from opposition or criticism. She confirms that the president's strategy is not to compete with the mainstream media like the likes of Citizen TV, KTN News, or other popular media houses. What the president does, however, is to use these bloggers, and he creates a different media where he can tell his own propaganda stories to influence and shape public opinion concerning controversial decisions that he has always made in his administration. Now, one such machinery which President Ruto has used to tell his controversial stories is the popular blogger called Naomi Githinji. Naomi is very active on Twitter, and no matter what manner of lie the president tells, she is prepared to defend him at all cost. She is also in the WhatsApp group whose chats was leaked. I don't know by who, but the most important thing is that we now have access to the chats. Of particular interest is the fact that the day on which the Catholic bishops released an insurmountable attack towards President Ruto, the whole WhatsApp group was in panic, and we can see that people were discussing the immediate actions that were to be taken, or rather that could be taken to counteract the avalanche of offensive that had just been received from the Catholic Church. These are some of the secret conversations that ensued on the government bloggers WhatsApp group, and I will quickly quote each one of them. This is from Kip Mutai. I'm not so sure whether he is the same guy who calls himself Lord Abraham Mutai on Twitter, but here is what he says, and I quote, "I guess there are other churches that support the government. We should try and find other church bishops from different denominations and other religions to call them out. In my opinion, this is a very stupid idea." Now, Naomi Githinji says, the thing is that you will need a balance in all aspects: mainstream media, social media, and the ground. Rumors all start from the media and culminate in protests. The deputy government spokesperson gives a very long statement which we have synchronized and discussed, and we are not going to repeat it again. But another interesting one, I don't know from who is, but I quote, "Let's have our communication teams together and issue one press statement as a team." This is my opinion, though. It's obvious that this opinion was not considered because, as we saw the other day, government ministries and proxies issued a number of statements. In fact, there were more than 10. Another UDA blogger called Peter Muchendu had this to say, and I quote, "There are over 18 million baptized Catholics in Kenya. This is nearly 40% of the country's total population. The Catholic Church in Kenya has over 1,100 parishes, more than 3,600 priests, and many educational and health institutions. And for that reason, you cannot ignore such an institution." I think Peter made more sense than the rest of the guys. Anyway, the chats are leaked out, and we now have the screenshots in our galleries. Number 2, and still according to the leaked WhatsApp chats from the deputy government spokesperson, government strategy of dealing with criticism and dissenting opinion is similar to what has been their mantra ever since President Ruto assumed office, and that is to work on the base and on the bottom in such a manner that in the end the top aligns itself. Now, what does that mean? This, in my opinion, involves influencing and shaping opinions of small groups of people who do not have influence or much income. And once their perception of the government is good, even the elites will follow suit, the rich class. Now, social media and the mainstream media never forgets. You tweet today or you post on Facebook today, somebody will screenshot or download it in the first 10 seconds, even before you pull it out, assuming that you change your mind. Now, this is exactly what has happened to British Labour Minister, who had tweeted all manner of disgusting things about President-elect Donald Trump. And this was several years ago. Today, his statements on Twitter has come back to like a landslide to haunt the hell out of him. Here is the comical video, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. Take a look.
So, Minister, Donald Trump is president-elect once again. What are your thoughts on his emphatic win?
Well, look, obviously, I congratulate Donald Trump on his victory, and I look forward to working with his administration over the next 4 years.
You've got some bridges to build with him, though, haven't you, given that in January 2017 you said, Donald Trump is a neo-Nazi and a disgusting sexual predator. God help the United States.
The Prime Minister and I have already had several meetings with President Trump in order to maintain a healthy relationship that benefits both countries, and I think that's what's important right now.
When you met the President, did he mention this tweet you wrote back in March 2017 when you said, "How can anyone spend time with Donald Trump and not come to the conclusion that he's an unscrupulous, egotistical, misogynistic fascist? God, I hate him."
What I'm focused on is making sure that our strong working relationship with the United States continues under President Trump and his team.
Even though you said this in July 2017, Donald Trump is contemptible, vile and odious, a tornado of corruption and depravity in a flappy blue suit. He makes me sick.
Donald Trump is a man who speaks as he finds, but I think that it's important that we find some common ground in the national interest, and that's what myself and the Prime Minister are focused on doing in the coming months.
So presumably you no longer think what you tweeted in December 2017 when you said, "Anyone who tries to forge working relationships with Trump is an unprincipled, morally bankrupt charlatan who should be treated with contempt and total disdain. I don't care who you are, if you want to work with that fascist monster, you're a piece of shit."
The transatlantic relationship is one of the most important relationships that the UK has, and I don't think that bringing up tweets that I posted several years ago should have any bearing on what we're trying to achieve today.
Even though you said in January 2018,
"Oh God.
Don't ever forget these things I'm saying about Donald Trump. Seriously, if you find me reeling off some spurious bullshit in years to come about looking forward to working with Donald Trump because he's been re-elected, God forbid, then take it as read that I've sold my soul for the sake of my political career and should be kicked in the face for the rest of my life by the people who voted for me."
So much has changed in 8 years, and I think that it's incumbent upon us to extend the hand of friendship to President Trump for the sake of national and financial security.
Okay, if that's the case, perhaps you should also change your profile photo.
Oh, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching for the first time, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more informative content such as this. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below so that you can let me know what your thoughts and opinions about this entire matter is. Cheers.